she sings.
Hi, my name is Will, and welcome to the Distorted Transmission for this week. We're still in lockdown level 4, so we're doing a bit of a Zoom meeting this time around. I've got two guys from the Waikato online, and I'm hoping that they'll introduce themselves correctly this time.
Hey, I'm Cody. I'm the vocalist for Seeds of Conflict.
My name is Nick. I do everything else in Seeds of Conflict these days.
Everything else. And why is that, Nick?
Well, at the start of the year, Declan and Alex chose to leave the band for personal matters. Cody and I spent a couple of months soul searching, deciding whether we wanted to carry on with the band or not, and we said, hell yes, we've got 2 songs ready to go, so, let's at least put those out. And so, we're not ready to kind of let C's end on that note.
Okay, cool. So you've got a new single. You sent me a sneaky peek the other day, and I had to listen. It has an interesting name. It's in Roman numerals, right?
Correct, yeah. It's called 12/9. So 12/9 is obviously the 12th of September. How do I best describe what the song is about? The song is about a personal moment in time for me, based on that date. And it's just essentially my retelling of that story from my perspective.
I remember Cody came around to my old flat, years ago, and just kind of had these lyrics and obviously had something on his mind, and I had just a really kind of chill, progressive, rocky kind of song. It was a bit longer in length to anything we'd done before. And he just jumped on the microphone and honestly just delivered essentially what you hear in the recording now. It's not the exact recording, but there were minimal changes from the very first demo up until the final product. So we always had a good feeling about it. We're just waiting for the right time. And we decided pretty quickly at the start of the year that, if it's going to be the 2 of us, this is a song that we wrote together. I happen to play the guitars on this track as well. So yeah, it's pretty special for both of us. We're pretty eager to see what the response will be.
Because you're now sort of a working 2-piece, are you responsible for all of the instruments, or does Cody, do you play anything else apart from singing?
The Fool.
You play the Fool.
On this track, it's I recorded the drums, I recorded the guitars. Alex, our former bass player, performed the bass, but I did write all of the instrumentation for the song.
Sure.
So he was just kind of playing the parts that I had written. We did it with Zoran Mendonça once again, who's recorded and mixed and engineered all of our stuff so far. He likes to add a little flavour of synth on a lot of the stuff that we do, so he did that. But yeah, it's really something that it felt like an accurate representation of what the 2 of us writing together looks and sounds like.
As far as instrumentation goes, I mean, I'm obviously limited in what instruments I do play, but I can definitely mouth off what I think a riff should sound like or a drum beat. But I definitely I guess for me, music is a lot about the feeling. And, I like it to have input where I feel something would fit in with the feeling of the song.
I think Cody's a little bit humble on this front, but he really has become such a strong, clean vocalist. When I joined the band back in 2014, Cody wasn't singing a note. He was screaming everything. But I know the stuff he listens to, and a lot of it's not very metal. And I know how much he has wanted to use his voice in a bit more of an expressive way. And so to be able to add such a nice, clean tone to our material, I think's drastically improved the capabilities of what we can say and how we can say it.
You think Caesar Conflicts, like the music itself, might sort of diversify and perhaps like broaden its horizons in the future because of that?
I think this song is definitely the most indicative of that. I think we have it's something it's never really we've never really sat down and gone, this is what we're going to sound like. It's always been very natural. And I know a lot of bands go on about an organic songwriting process and they just write what they really want to write. But we have never ever wanted to pigeonhole ourselves. Like I said, Cody doesn't listen to a huge amount of metal. I don't really these days. There's only a very select few bands that I really enjoy listening to daily that are as heavy as some of, you know, the older stuff that we used to kind of align ourselves with. So I think anything's kind of possible at this stage. You know, like I said, we've got 2 songs. So this new one, 12-9, is easily the most clean, most melodic song that we've done before. But the next one is arguably the heaviest, lowest tuned, most aggressive song that we've done as well. So
okay,
it's we're broadening our horizons, but it's definitely kind of going in every direction, you know.
Okay, cool. All right, well, here's a question for Cody, since he's always the quiet one. Would you like to tell me a little bit about the music video? I believe that you feature very heavily in it.
Very heavily, being that I'm the only one in it, yes. It was more my idea to tell a story, right. And, you know, in the form of this song and the lyrics that I wrote, and that's kind of my aim as a lyricist, as a vocalist, is to be able to tell a story and to be able to captivate people and treat people into what I'm saying.
That's probably the most important function of a vocalist, I would argue. Yeah, definitely. So who actually did the video for you? Was it like done sort of in-house, or did you get a crowd to do it for you?
Yeah, so we got Trajan, who is one of the guitarists in City of Souls. He actually did our Temple Ocean video a few years back now. What was that, like 5 years ago?
Mm.
Yeah, so he did our Temple video, and he was at the forefront of our mind as far as the vision that we had for this video. We knew that he would be able to pull something out of the hat, and he certainly did. He's always a pleasure to work with as well, and he's just a really good guy, and he's always really passionate about his projects and passionate about doing the best job possible.
How long did the whole thing take to actually film? And one Sunday afternoon. Took us, I don't know, we started at 4, finished around 6, 7 o'clock. What professionals?
We set ourselves the task of relying on Mother Nature. So
yeah.
An important part of the music video was capturing it at sunset. So yeah, we dragged Trajan Schwenk, and Francis Wheeler was camera operator, and Trajan was directing, and we dragged him down from Auckland, and we went to this beautiful spot in Dinsdale, Hamilton, called Till's Lookout.
Dinsdale. And
we've gone there a bunch of times and for sunset, and just gone, man, how has no one shot a music video here yet? It's just surreal. So yeah, we got there at, I think it was about 4 p.m. and did a few practice runs. Cody was singing along to the song sped up, so that we wanted to give it like a slow motion effect through the whole thing. And we're trying our best to get as much of it in one take as possible, which proved to be impossible. But we were able to splice together a few takes. But yeah, we could only get a few practice runs in before the sunset really started, doing its thing. And your time's super limited when that starts. So yeah, we kind of had to just cross every finger and every toe and just hope for the best. But no, Cody nailed it, man. It was so good. We had me kind of holding the music and on the lookout for anyone who might come in the way, because it's a public walkway.
Yeah, right.
So there are people walking their dogs and cycling through constantly. So if we saw someone if there's someone coming up in the distance, I'd have to tap Trajan. He'd have to sprint up the hill and ask them, like, hey, you've got about 2 minutes. Can you get out the way?
It's not a small hill either. It's just, let's just mention that. It's not it's not like a hill, it's like a hill. It's like an incline. So it was definitely a workout.
He goes, I'll have this to you guys in 7 days, at least a cut to review and give feedback on. And I'm used to waiting like anywhere between 1 to 2 months to see anything. And that's one of the worst parts about filming a music video is you work so hard and you do all this stuff and then you don't get to see anything for so long. But no, Trajan was so into it, and he got to hear the song well before we had even finalized the concept of the video, and he was just so into it. And he was saying when he sent us the final cut, he goes, man, it's just been, I've never got bored of editing this video. I never got jaded from the song. It's just a pleasure the whole time.
That's the best review ever, I guess. Somebody who's kind of forced to listen to it and actually likes it. Yeah, well, I guess totally. we should kind of wrap it up a little bit. So for the last question, I was going to ask you what's next. Of course, with lockdowns and all this COVID rubbish going on at the moment, it's very difficult to pin down gigs and things like that. But in general, what's the future plans for Seeds of Conflict?
I think we wanted to use this song as a way of kind of making sure that Seeds of Conflict was delivering something positive, delivering something creative, before really committing to any concrete kind of next steps. So I'm already getting messages from people asking about replacement members and when are we doing a show next and everything. Right now, the priority has just been to get these songs out and just have people enjoy new music from us, and something that we've worked really, really hard on and that we feel really good about. There's one more song that we've got recorded and we'd like to do a music video for, and that's actually got a hefty feature from another Auckland metal vocalist. I don't want to spoil the surprise. Some people already know who it is, but I'm super, super keen to kind of see if we can get them involved with the music video as well and get some chemistry going on.
Yeah, there's a lot that myself and Nick can work on in between now and then, and seeing how the reaction goes to this new song, and it is very different, but there's still that essence of Seeds of Conflict, and we've got a back catalogue of songs that are very good that Nick's written. I've got a lot of lyrics that need to be put against songs, so there's stuff for us to work on.
Are you actually sort of actively looking for new members, or are you quite happy just to be a two-piece for a while and just sort of create and not really play gigs, or what's the deal?
For the time being, we just want to create music right now. I think we just need to, without going into too much detail, like the past few months have been trialing, to say the least. It's just been one of those things of, the unexpected happens. You've got lockdowns, we've only two-piece now, but like I said, we've got all these songs between the two of us, and there's stuff there to work on. So I think just solidifying that and just being creative and putting out music that we love, that we enjoy, and that we hope that one day people will get to enjoy as well. And then forward from that, we may look at how we want to progress as a band and gigs. But like I said, for now, it's just great to be back in a creative space,
right? Creating
music again, doing what we love to do.
All right. Well, thanks very much for chatting with me today. I guess we should probably wrap it up, as we're pretty much almost out of time on this Zoom, which has a time limit. So thanks very much for chatting with us today, and all the best for the future. And I look forward to hearing the second song, because I've already had a sneaky listen to the first one. All right. Cheers, guys.
Thanks very much, man.
Yeah.
We appreciate that.
Yeah. Thanks for your time, all.
All right. See you later.